and let yourself know that I am a spiritual and mental magnet, attracting all things in my life which are positive and will allow me to prosper. This podcast is all about authentic conversations. It's all about growth, love, respect, success, mind, body, and spirit. If you're looking to grow and expand in your life and become your authentic self, this is the podcast for you. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Authentic Talks. I'm excited. We have season 1.5, which is our season right before season 2 starts. This is part 4 of Elevate Your Mind, Reinvent Yourself. And today we're going to be focusing all on reinventing yourself. And what does that look like? I'm going to give you some questions and some tips on as to how you can press forward with this. Essentially, it's all up to you. It's all up to you at the end of the day, whether or not you're able to move forward. And I know you have it in you. Your mind is stronger than you know. It's stronger than you think. And you probably know already. A lot of you know that your mind is powerful. You know this. So you know that you're ready to reinvent yourself and that you definitely can do it. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Okay, you guys. I want to share with you a story about these fishermen that worked in California up north. And there were people that traveled from all over the world that wanted to go to this famous fish store so that they could buy fresh fish. And when they would get there, these guys were not being paid a lot of money, but they showed up every single day happy and they had positive energy. And the people that showed up loved the energy that they had. They loved their chemistry and they would wait in line. The lines were so long at this fish market because people came, like I said, from all over the place just to buy fish. When they would stand in line, these guys had an assembly line. They would clean the fish and they would toss the fish down the assembly line to each other, and they just were so happy singing and cleaning the fish, and they just had like one song after another. And it wasn't about like how much they got paid. It wasn't about any of that stuff. These guys understood what real happiness truly meant. And oftentimes people would ask, what is your secret? And it was simply that they realized that showing up for work and having an attitude, not being satisfied about the pay, was not necessary. They understood that like they made the choice to work there. They understood that no matter where they worked, they needed to show up and have the best attitude and to be able to get along with each other and be in sync. And so they made that conscious choice to do that every single day, and they drew all types of people in. And that was a famous fish market that made tons and tons of money. And it wasn't that their fish was any better than any place else around there, but it was the delivery, it was the presentation that they had as to why people wanted to go there to get their fish. How many times have you woke up and started your day and you started it off already with a negative mindset thinking, oh no, I have to go to work. Oh great, I have to get up and make the kids breakfast, or oh, I have to do this, or I have to go there. And you didn't look at it in a positive way, and you already set the tone for your day to be a miserable day without even realizing it. How many of you guys know someone that every single time you talk with them, they always have to find something that they complain about, something that they say to you that is not like a happy thought? I heard this story about a lady who had arthritis. And every single day she would complain about it. She would rub her knees and say, today it's going to be a miserable day. Oh, it's not going to be a good day. My arthritis is acting up again today. And she had the support of her children, her neighbors, and they would gather around her. They would take care of her. They did everything for her. She grew to a point where she loved the attention. She loved feeling like she was loved. And as time went on, she didn't change her mindset. She wanted to be miserable and complain all the time about how bad her knees hurt and her arthritis because she got comfortable in that mindset. I know that sometimes we run into people in our life where they're the same way, where they don't know what it feels like to have true happiness. They're so comfortable in their depression, so comfortable being sad, so comfortable feeling sorry for themselves to a point where they can't move past it. as we have these people in our lives, it starts to rub off. When they say protect your energy, that's what they're talking about. Making sure that you're strong enough mentally and have the capacity to deal with those types of people where you're able to shift their mindset versus them shifting yours. And so that's what I want to talk about with you guys today. Change, transformation, positivity, adapting, courage. These are some of the words that come to mind when I think about reinventing myself. What are some of the words that come to your mind? Just write those words down. What comes to your mind when you think about reinventing yourself? Or just think about those words if you don't have the ability to write them down. There was this wise story that many of you may have heard. What good is it to wash the outside of the cup and leave the inside of the cup dirty? The inside of the cup represents the inside of our body, our mind, and our heart. It's about working on the inside and knowing who you are, knowing what you can achieve. And you guys, not everything is going to be visible immediately, but eventually you'll know, and others will eventually start to see that your behavior is different, your attitude is different, your habits are different. And that's what's really important. And what I want you to get out of this show today is understanding the importance of you changing on the inside. It's all about reinventing yourself, elevating your mind, and that mindset is huge. Mindset is huge, you guys. The thoughts that you have of yourself, your belief in yourself can manifest into these things: a change in lifestyle, habits that you have, hobbies that you pick up, things you let go of. That's what reinventing yourself is all about. You show up, you guys, and you show up differently for your friends, for your family, for your employers, for yourself, especially for yourself. And when you show up and you are different, people will look at you eventually and say, wow, you're different. What happened with you? And don't worry about really what other people think. You're going to do this for yourself. If you want to live a better life and really truly move into your authentic self, because you weren't born in that state of mind of negativity. None of us were. You guys, and back to the fish story. People said the fish actually tastes so much better than all of the other fish markets that were around there. And when something is made with love or prepared with love and have good intentions behind it, good energy, it is better. It is so much better. And the lady who had arthritis, she became set in her negative mindset instead of her understanding that they were going to love and support her, even in her positive mind and in her being well. If you're someone who is stuck in that type of a situation where you feel like the only type of love you can receive is when you're whining or complaining about health issues that you're making worse than what they have to be. And I'm not talking to those who have like major things happening. I'm talking about if you know you're someone who needs to have that pity story, who needs to have the pity love come to you because you don't know how to receive it or to be loving to receive that love. I'm talking about that, breaking that cycle and reinventing yourself, reinventing the story that you're telling yourself, reinventing the story that you're telling others about your illness, reinventing your life. True and lasting happiness will come into your life the day you realize that you can overcome any weakness. The day that you realize that your subconscious can solve your problems, heal your body. I heard this saying, and they said the best things in life are worth fighting for, and they don't always come easy. And that's what it's like when we're working on reinventing ourselves and elevating our mind, changing our mindset. It's like going to the gym every day. Your brain is like a muscle, and we have to exercise it. And the way that we do that is through positive thinking and taking the tools that you heard in episode 1, 2, and 3 and implementing those things in your life. I want you guys to know that you're not alone, that there's millions of people in the world that are wanting to take these steps, that are going to take these steps. And you just have to trust and believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. So if there's something about you that you know that you need to change today, something about you that you know is not healthy for you, it's not healthy for your family, it's time. It's time for you to go ahead and reinvent yourself. Okay, the first thing is you have to accept full responsibility of joy and happiness in your life. Full responsibility. Be willing to let go of things that will prevent you from moving forward and reinventing yourself. I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. Why do I want to reinvent myself? The second question, why is reinventing myself important to me? And is reinventing myself within my personal control? Remember that you cannot become the person you want to be by holding on to the person that you are today. It's going to be tough to elevate your mind or elevate if you want to hold on to the old you that has not been serving you well. I want you to imagine for a moment that you are your future self. Sometime in the future, it could be 6 months from now, it could be a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. And I want you to picture yourself and see yourself in the future. And I'm asking you this question. When you wake up in the morning, how do you start your day? Do you start your day off with a positive mindset? Ask yourself, your future self, how do you spend your time during your day? What type of work do you do for a living? What do you value most in life? And what goals are you working on at that point in your life? Where do you live? And most importantly, how do you see life, your outlook? What are the things that you're telling yourself in your head? That self-talk, what does it sound like to your future self? And ask yourself, have you elevated your mind and have you reinvented yourself? I want you to be your future self now. You are your future self now. They say if you can imagine or envision it or see it, then it can happen. And as you radiate love and peace, you are really building a superstructure of happiness for all the days of your life. And if you choose happiness, when you choose happiness, you're going to wake up and feel good and let yourself know that I am a spiritual and mental magnet, attracting all things in my life which are positive and will allow me to prosper. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Shanta with Authentic Talks. Get ready, you guys. Season 2 premieres June 1st. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm so ready.